Well, hello, and welcome back to Slippy-J Sunday. I'm Jerry, and these are a couple of knives from another Jerry, Jelly Jerry to be exact. This is the TwoSun TS221, well, this one is, and this is the TS221-Up, in which they've changed it up just a little bit. And yeah, as you can see, these guys are carbon fiber slip joints here. Fairly thick blade on them. And yes, it does come with a pocket clip. A titanium milled pocket clip. These guys have kind of a matchstick sort of pull sort of thing going on here. This one is a fuller kind of thing as it comes out the end of the blade here. And pull that out, and then that fuller just kind of keeps going with the notch over there on the blade. We have a high flat grind going on here that gradually comes up just a little bit, giving you just a tiny little bit of extra height out here by the kind of the apex of the belly there. And we have basically a sharpening choil. Unless you have fairly small fingers, like I can use it with my fingertip, but yeah, I don't really trust myself to use that as a full finger choil. That's perfectly fine. Using it like this, you have a comfortable 3-finger grip with a little round sort of thing there on the end for your pinky to rest on, so it actually does feel like it's got a little bit of grip to it. And yeah, one thing I can very much say from experience is you do not want to take this thing apart. This thing is a nightmare to get back together. And that has to do with basically the carbon fiber has some pins in there for this lockback spacer, sort of, not lockback, but back spring spacer that fit in there along the way, as well as the two pieces here that hold the clip on also provide tension in the back side of it. And it is genuinely frustrating trying to get all of that to match up without doing something like, you know, gouging out some of the holes for the pins on the carbon fiber and everything on the inside. So yeah, I would suggest just to leave it closed and use it as a knife. This guy does have a stop pin when it's closed, as you can kind of, well, you can almost kind of see. Let's see. Here's a little. There you go. Yeah, you can see the little pin kind of in there, right behind the blade tang there. And that means that you can squeeze it and do whatever you'd like, and it's not going to over travel and hit the back spring, causing any blade wrap. So you're pretty good there. This thing does a pretty darn good job at doing some cuts. You know, it's not a full flat grind because it has this fuller and everything out there, but it does come down to a very nice slicey profile behind the edge. So that's good. This guy is the upgraded version, and yeah, generally speaking, they don't change a whole lot when they do their up versions. In this case, it's all down to the fuller. The initial one goes all the way out. This one adds more holes and kind of closes it up so it doesn't have that kind of notch on the back side of the spine there. I don't necessarily know if that was something that people were complaining about or Jelly Jerry didn't really like all that much, but yeah, they're both in the same steel, that M390. And yeah, very much the same overall. These upgraded ones, at least the two that I have, they're a little bit stronger of a spring than the initial one here, which that's cool. As I did mention, yes, I do have another one, and I had just finished sharpening this guy up to a crazy mirror polish because I am sending it off to a family member because I really like this thing, and you know, they're not super up on the crazy lockback or you know, locking modern knives, so I figured I would toss one of those. That way we have all the nice modern equipment with M390 steel and carbon fiber, and yeah, pocket clip if she wants to, you know, actually put it in a pocket if she's actually wearing jeans, or, you know, in a purse or whatnot. Yeah, so that does pretty, it's a good one for sure. I suppose I should do some measurements on these little sons of guns. So, that's not where my weight is. Here, scaly. Where you at, bro? Aha. I found it. These guys should weigh just about the same. Well, let's see. 2.57 ounces. 2.58 ounces. Because there's just... Nope. I thought it would be the other way around. Oh, well, yeah. They're about the same there. So 2.57 ounces. We're going to go with that. Which is 73 grams. Let's see. Now I can get some other measurements going on here. Let's, well, we'll do the blade stock thickness since I'm on millimeters. And yeah, it's essentially a 4mm blade. So, as I was saying, it's fairly thick behind there. Alright, let's go over to inches. We'll find out blade lengths on this little guy here. And coming in just a hair over 2.9 inches. So yeah, this does hit that ounce an inch mark, even though it's a fairly contoured carbon fiber and a fairly thick blade. But hey, what are you going to do? It doesn't have liners necessarily in there, so that's where a little bit more of that kind of came from. Let's see. Oop. And yeah, we got basically like 0.485 of an inch, so just a little bit thinner than a PM2. It's obviously a little bit larger of a knife overall. But yeah, super great knife. And it really does kind of depend a little bit, but what I've noticed with a lot of TwoSun slip joints is that just like most people in the industry, they are very much interested in their liner locks and frame locks and whatnot. This is another TwoSun. I don't suggest you pick this one up. I will take a look at it eventually, but this was just kind of close at hand. But yeah, because of that, the demand necessarily for a lot of these slip joints seems to be that you can get them for a decent price. Like this this one I ended up spending a bit on. This was the normal TS, or the normal model, yeah. And then the upgraded one here, this one I think I ended up paying like $51 for. And then the next one that I picked up and got in a few days ago, the second one that I got for a family member, I ended up paying like $41 for it. Whereas, you know, even with a knife of these dimensions, if it did have a frame lock or liner lock on there, you'd probably be looking at close to double that price, just for the people being more interested in them on eBay. That is one of the main reasons why I ended up getting a little bit more interested in slip joints in general, but you know, especially with a lot of these TwoSuns, because you can have them for a great price. And yeah, you do, as basically all of them, with very few exceptions, are in M390 or S90V steel. You do have just a little bit of that gamble, but at least with a slip joint, even if you do get a little bit softer steel, they're a lot easier to maintain just by strapping them up and whatnot. So they do a pretty good job because you're not doing a lot of crazy heavy duty use with a lot of these guys. So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts there. But yeah, that's the TS221, old school and the upgraded version. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching, and have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo. Subscribe.